What's up, Facebook? Right. That would. That's a hit. You know what I thought about this morning? And I hope Swagger's listening too. Now, Swagger been with us, what, 2 years?
Ever since I've been here, so 3.
3 years. And that's my main man. He ain't been sending new mixes, though, every week. But what made me think about, I need to offer some other DJs. Not competition, but just an opportunity, right? A paid opportunity. But so many people be needing good DJs for their Christian events. And Swagger not always available because I be referring them. So I'm like, that'll drive traffic to the Brunch Bunch website too by saying you need a Christian DJ.
Y'all been having a whole event all day.
Yeah.
Come bring in your mix.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, oh, you know.
You get a little Tammy, and somebody else to be the judges.
Right, y'all. He like, yeah, we're gonna make it a contest now.
Make it a contest, and then
no, I'm saying just.
On the show for the next month or 2.
Zoe said create a competition. No, I'm saying create a package. Charge them for the spot. Right, I'm trying to get paid. I like the competition though, but y'all know I'm trying to get paid. But it'll also give them a platform and advertise their DJing services. Because a lot of people call me like, do you know a Christian DJ or comedian?
But think about like America's Got Talent. People get paid off of that opportunity though. They get paid off. Like America's Got Talent. Like that's a whole competition show. But there's money to be made off of the competition itself.
What she is?
Yeah. You talking about the guest?
No, Valencia.
Oh.
I just know competition
brings the best out.
They do.
I guarantee you, Swed would send. He'll send every mix every Friday.
I think I'm gonna call him and just tell him I know you're busy, but we're gonna open up opportunities for other DJs on Friday.
Yeah, he gonna send a whole. He gonna send
for the right price. I like this song. That's why I ain't stopping. And I forgot to book a guest co-host today to help me with conversation. Right.
She's been on radio before too.
So, yeah. But I'm saying, to help me with the combo before that. And I don't want the interview to be too long. She doing some great work. And look, I got out the car too late. Wasn't nobody at that desk. I could have just swiped her in. But I could have still just swiped her in and walked in. But I was trying to be nice.
She was there when I was there.
Which one?
The Lexington.
She went down though.
You probably got too serious.
She said they not letting her up.
What? Maris is on there. Yeah, Maris is the top dog, isn't he?
Jasmine not here?
She's on a show right now.
What about Janice? Yeah, because he talking about with your company.
I see your card. He's saying what?
Your company's strict.
Strict on what? On let people?
He said the man down here is not an authorized member or something. The only way.
I don't think me going down there will change much.
No, unless you just let her up.
No, I've definitely yelled at you before this worked. It's definitely worked before. I've yelled at you, say stop playing.
Go use your white power. What happened?
Mary's still working on it.
Okay, well if Mary's down now, you ain't gotta go.
I'm ready to yell at you.
30 seconds.
That's ridiculous.
I like it.
I said, now I wouldn't. I told the guy, I'm like, this is my wife. Why would I?
Yeah, who are you trying to sneak in?
Just let up. I would have just swiped and he would have just had to call, but that would have,
that would have caused that dude to come into our room and look at us weird again.
That's fine. I won't have room to receive it. Those are the type of blessings that I'm believing God for. That's overflow. And in the year of 2024, the theme is outpour and more. And I am believing God. I don't know about you. Turn to your neighbor and say, outpour and more.
Outpour and more.
All right. You know what? These brothers going to have me start a church for real. I got some help up here. This is your main man, Action Jackson. And you're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It is Tamara Fair's favorite day of the week.
Mine too.
And Adam's too. It is Friday. And you know what? I used to love a song when I was in the world. Just Got Paid, Friday Night by Johnny Kemp. But I didn't just get paid, and it ain't Friday night. It is noontime right here on the Brunch Bunch. We got a great show for you today. We're talking Black history facts. We got some hot topics. And we have a great guest that's making waves and doing great things in the Engelwood community with her organization, the Crushers Club. So listen, believers, we got a lot. We didn't get to do our Black history trivia yesterday, but I made sure that everybody received their lunch money who won the day before yesterday. And so today, we're going to kick it off with some Black history facts, and we're going to be giving you some lunch. So get your phones ready. That's 855-999-1390, 855-999-1390. And let me think, what's a good Black history trivia question, Jarrell, that we can give the believers today?
What day did Martin Luther King pass away?
On what day did Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. pass away? You know what? I want to know the day and the location. Call 855-999-1390. If you can tell us the day and the historic location where Dr. King was assassinated, you'll win lunch on the Brunch Bunch. That's 855-999-1390. Listen all hour long for more Black history trivia facts that could win you lunch right here on Inspiration 1390. Hey, it's your main man, Action Jackson from the Brunch Bunch. It's the year of great change. Founder Week 2024, celebrating the life of Apostle Richard. Zoe, I need you to send me that commercial. Sunday, February the 18th, with special guest Bishop Liston Page at 1 p.m. Friday, February 23rd, with special guest Bishop Darrell Hines at 6 p.m. And Sunday, February 25th, with Bishop Corby Bush at 1 p.m. It's all going down at Monument of Faith Evangelistic Church, 2750 West Columbus Avenue here in Chicago, with Illinois. His nanny. His pastor is the one, the only. Yes, I said white power. Stay in your lane. All right. Oh, we need the headphones up. 0187. Come out and celebrate. Wait till we 2024. Yeah. Monument of Faith Evangelistic Church.
Hey there, Chicago. Are you looking to buy the home of your dreams or sell your property at the best price?
Hello, yes. I was calling
About
Dr. Martin Luther King. Hello.
I hear you. Don't give me the answer. I just want you. I'm gonna put you on hold, and then when you hear Marcel ask the question, just know that you're gonna be on the air. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put you on hold. All right. Just keep listening to the radio, and when he say, "Hey, call it," you got the answer. It's gonna be on you. All right?
Yeah.
0906 and let LNS Development open the doors to your property journey. Again, 773-616-0906. LNS Development, where your property journey begins and success awaits.
Hey, it's your main man, Action Jackson, and the business spotlight of the week is you. That's right, I'm talking about you. Are you an entrepreneur, a business owner, an author, an executive at a nonprofit organization, or you just have something that you need spotlighted on air? Oh, drop the Black History fact, and then the Black History intro. Commercial live on the air, a video just like this talking about your business. You don't want to miss this opportunity to let everyone know about your great business or your great product. All you have to do is DM us at brunchbunch1390, or you can email us at info@thebrunchbunch.com. This business spotlight was brought to you by the Dream Center Co-working and Business Support Services. Well, we said each and every day here on the Brunch Bunch, without Black history, where would this country be? be without Black history? Where would you be, right? If you are African American, of course, you're a descendant of some amazing African Americans who have, made it through so many things. But on today's Black History Fact, did you know that African American women have contributed to military efforts in the United States since the American Revolution? During World War II, more than 6,500 African American women served in the Women's Army Corps, and hundreds of others served as nurses with the Army Nurses Corps. Since the integration of military in 1948, African American women such as Brig General Hazel Johnson Brown, born 1927, passed away in 2011, the first African-American woman general, have risen through the ranks and now serve at all levels of the U.S. military. Now, we have a photograph that was sent in by Mr. Thomas Green of a picture of the Women's Army Corps during World War II at the Tuskegee Army Airfield. And it's a beautiful picture. We will share it on our social media pages. Now, I do know that Lord Jesus, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry has a new movie coming out, I believe, with Taraji P. Henson about Black women in the Army. So let's pay attention to that. We definitely want to check that out when it comes out. But our history is long and it is great. We come from a people who have overcome adversity like no other people before. No offense, Adam. I'm not talking about your ancestors ain't been through nothing. And I know that wasn't proper English, believe but you had to say it like that. I know your ancestors they've been through some stuff too. But this Black History Month. Listen, we have a caller on the line who wants to try to answer the trivia question to see if she's going to win lunch on the Brunch Bunch. Caller, what's your name?
My name is Sherry J.
Sherry, Miss Sherry. Listen, the question was, in what year did Dr. Martin Luther King die, and where and what location?
Oh, Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated April 4th, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee.
And that is the answer. Do you know the name of the location? The historic location.
Yes, it was Lorraine Hotel.
All right. Let's give it up for Miss Sherry. Miss Sherry, you just won lunch on the Brunch Bunch. Who made you a winner?
Yes. AM 1390.
Oh, you are so welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Miss Sherry, do you know at what time this assassination happened?
Oh, you know what? It was between 6 p.m., if I'm not mistaken.
You know what? You close. It was at 7:05 p.m. he was assassinated. All right, Miss Sherry, stay on the line so we can get you your lunch money. Adam, can you get the door? Look, I don't know why we're on the air. But I got another trivia question. We want to give out lunch to another believer, and we're going to do some Black history facts. And if you can call me and tell what is the name of the African-American newspaper founded in Chicago in 1905 that is considered one of the most influential Black newspapers in the United States. What is the name of the African-American newspaper founded in Chicago in 1905 that is considered the most influential Black newspaper in the U.S.? Call 855-999-1390. That's 855-999-1390 for your chance to win lunch on the Brunch Bunch. But you know what? Until the winner calls in, I'm going to tell you and encourage you, no matter what you're going through, no matter how it may seem, all you have to do is ask God to turn that thing around, and your testimony will be like Ty Tribbett's. He turned it. It's the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. Okay, thank you.
So good. I was born April 6, 1968, and my birth record was burned up. My mom always said all my birth record was burned up when Dr. King was assassinated. So that's how my name gets mixed up from Sharon to Sherry, because everything was burned.
Hey,
so
caller.
I remember the night yesterday.
Caller.
Oh my God, I know I was just talking to somebody.
Hey, caller.
Wow.
Caller.
Yes.
Hey, this is
Yes,
the
I am.
producer here at 1390. I just need a little bit of information from you so we can get your thank, thank you so much for the
AM
kind words.
1390.
Thank you so much for the
Yeah,
kind words.
thank you.
All right.
Yeah, very well.
Okay. They
I
call
need
us calling.
something. They call.
Oh, they calling.
Okay.
5 callers in.
Let's take a winner. Then we'll bring them in at 12:35.
All right. You ready to go in right now? Or not? We're gonna take the phone.
How long this song got?
2.5.
Let's talk over and take the winner, because I'll give another question too.
So you going in the row after this or what?
What's going on? Uh-oh. I'm like Freddie. I stay ready. Let's go. You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. And on this Feel Good Friday, we are treating some of the believers to lunch. And all you have to do is answer this Black History trivia fact. And the question was, what is the name of the African-American newspaper founded in Chicago in 1905 that is considered one of the most influential Black newspapers in the United States? We have a caller who believes they know the answer. Caller, what's your name?
My name is Rashawn Fleming.
Rashawn?
Yes, sir.
All right, brother Rashawn. Listen, what's the name of that newspaper?
Would it be the Chicago Defender?
Would it be the Chicago Defender? I'm asking everybody in the room, Rashawn. They all like, I don't know. You are absolutely correct. It is the historic Chicago Defender. Woo, woo, woo. We're going to have to get Jarrell to get some clapping sounds or cheering in the background. Bro, Rashawn, you just won lunch on us. Who made you a winner?
1390. Praise the Lord.
All right, brother Rashawn, stay on the line so we can make sure you get your lunch money. And keep listening to the Brunch Bunch, my brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, believers, you know what? I'm feeling good. I got a question. And this question, if answered correctly, will win you lunch. Which Chicago-based African-American entrepreneur made history in the cosmetics industry and became one of the first female self-made millionaires in the United States? These questions are getting a little harder, but the question is, which Chicago-based African-American entrepreneur made history in the cosmetics industry and became one of the first female self-made millionaires in the United States? Now, note, some often credit another African-American woman with this achievement, and she has ties to Chicago. But this woman predates the other woman and is from Chicago. Let's see if you get. I don't want to say the other woman's name. I don't want to say. But there are two African American women who made their claim to fame in that industry. But, you know, we didn't always get all of the credit. So there's another woman. Call 855-999-1390. That's 855-999-1390. And you know what? I got an interesting Black history fact that I want to share since we're talking about how the first don't always get credit. I found out this morning, and thank you all for sending me all of these Black history facts. Did you know that a Black man invented the airplane before the Wright brothers?
Not surprised. Yeah.
And, well, Jarrell said not surprised. Adam, did you know that?
I did not know.
Well, Charles Page invented an airplane, but he called it an airship. And he got that from watching, he was in Louisiana, a town in Louisiana, and he was watching a dragonfly. And he said, the story is said that he watched the dragonfly fly around for hours and said, there's got to be a way that we can fly. And he created the airship. He had a patent done on it. He created the first model. And unfortunately, when he was coming to the Louisiana Exposition to enter a contest to win $100,000, he shipped his plane to St. Louis on a train, and by the time the train arrived in St. Louis, there was no plane. The plane had been destroyed and taken, and so he never was able, and there's no records of him ever creating another one. And, I guess he just kind of got discouraged. I watched the interview with his grandchildren where they talked about how this story has been told for years, and now his hometown is trying to help to write history and to get him out there. So, that's interesting. But, in a time in the early 1900s, an African-American man didn't have much fight if white men stole something from him or destroyed it. So it was really nothing he can do back then. So I think that we need to right that wrong in history and keep telling that story. So look it up. That's Charles Page, who invented an airplane prior to the Wright brothers. We got some callers on the line who believe they may have the answer to the question: which Chicago-based African-American entrepreneur made history in the cosmetics industry and became one of the first female self-made millionaires in the United States? Caller, what's your name?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's your name, caller?
I am Coretta J. Pruitt.
All right, Miss Coretta. That's a powerful name right there, Miss Coretta.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My namesake is Coretta Scott King. So let's see if I have this trivia question correct.
All right, Miss Coretta. Who am I talking about?
So I was going to say Sarah Breedlove, who changed her name to Madam C.J. Walker. However, the lady that actually predates or has the actual hair care business that Madam C.J. Walker was using is Annie Malone.
You got it right. That's Miss Annie Turnbow Malone. Congratulations, Miss Coretta. Well, that's why I wanted to give that addendum to the trivia, because I know most people will say, okay, Madam C.J. Walker. But most people don't know that she didn't steal it, but, she learned from Annie. Yeah, they were friends and then became competition. But you know what? We got to give Miss Annie Malone her credit. She owned one of the beautiful mansions on King Drive at one point. Our people have done some amazing things. So, Miss Coretta, who made you a winner?
Gospel Radio 1390.
All right. Listen, Miss Coretta, stay on the line so we can get the information on how to get that lunch to you today. Congratulations. All right, we got one last trivia question, because it seems like I'm going to be bankrupt if I keep asking these questions. But I want to bring it up. This is history. Which landmark Chicago music festival celebrates African-American culture and music, particularly house music, and takes place annually in Jackson Park? Let's see. If any of, I'll give you a tip. If any of the blank heads are tuned in, which landmark Chicago Music Festival celebrates African-American culture and music, particularly house music? What is the name of the picnic and festival? I need the full name. That's 855-999-1390. We have another shout out to the ANSA Incorporated. Deborah Vines was the first African-American agency for autism in the western suburbs. So we definitely got history being made. Shout out to the ANSA Incorporated, who's doing some great work advocating and assisting those with developmental disabilities. Believers, call right now, 855-999-1390 to win lunch. But you know what? We're going to keep on getting this party going. We got a great interview up next, but every day on the Brunch Bunch, we get it done from 12 to 1. It's Darwin Hobbs every day right here on Inspiration 1390.
before I bring him in, I actually added, he's here as well, Andre Johnson. He oversees daily operations and the program, and the actual program he oversees.
Okay, bring him on in. Do we got a bio?
Hey, winner.
Yes, hello, how you doing?
All right, brother. I just need a little bit of information from you real quick.
I use Zelle.
Oh, this?
My number.
Richard World.
Yeah.
He's gonna come to the club.
Oh, wow.
People, they're gonna get back to you.
Steve
You can hang up, and I'll probably call you after the show.
Brother Richard.
Okay, so Mr. Producer, what's your first name?
My name is Jarrell.
Jarrell, and I said happy Friday. Like, yay, it's Friday.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. I thank you. I look forward to the call. All right.
Did I just ask another question, right?
I don't remember. Something about the Madam C.J. Walker thing.
No, I did the picnic. Any callers?
Oh, they calling, yeah.
Okay, let's take a caller, and then we're getting into this interview. Yep. We've been giving away lunch if they answer Black History facts.
Oh, okay.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson. And we are in the midst of treating some of the believers to lunch if they can answer the Black History questions correctly. Now, I did this one a little bit easy, but the question is, which landmark Chicago Music Festival celebrates African-American culture and music, particularly house music, and takes place annually in Jackson Park? If you can name, I need the full name. But we got some callers on the line. Caller, what's your name? And what is the name of this festival I'm speaking of? Caller, are you there?
Yeah. You hear me?
Yes, what's your name, caller? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Christopher. What's the name of this music festival that I'm talking about?
Was it the Chosen Few DJ Family Reunion Style House Music?
There you go. He gave the whole name. It is the Chosen Few DJs Picnic and House Music Festival. It is like a big family reunion. Brother Christopher, you just won lunch on the Brunch Bunch. Who just made you a winner?
Oh, wow. Like 39.
All right, Brother Christopher, stay on the line. You got a little nervous. You thought you were listening to GCI or something, didn't you? No, Brother Christopher, stay on the line. We're going to get that over to y'all. Producer's going to get your information so we can send you lunch. Keep listening to the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. All right, now we can unplug that. You can cut the monitors back up. He almost did know stay in your lane. He had me a little nervous. You doing it?
Sound like he was me.
Yeah. All right, Facebook, we're going to mute you off for a second while we get this info. And then up next is Miss Sally.
All right, winner.
And my main man. Oh, let me make sure I got it. Andre Johnson is coming up next to talk about the Crushers program, Crusher Clubs program.
All right, what's your first name?
All right, thank you.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bring us in. How long we got?
A minute.
Okay, that's enough. So you guys will be up in 1 minute. I meant to text Mark too. He was so excited that we connected.
I know.
Bishop on Facebook. And I need you to do me a favor
for daily
follow up
inspiration and updates. Don't forget, tune in this Saturday at 6 p.m.
Oh well,
to the Word
if I
of
give you
the
the money, can you use that?
life-changing
Okay.
word.
Hey there, Chicago.
I had Justice calling to see how they wanted it, but he already had it.
With our expert real estate and mortgage loan services,
And Sally, you guys, this is my wife and my son, Valencia. They just take your family to work day.
selling or refinancing. Make your next move with confidence.
These are nice pictures. Oh, you didn't bring a young guy with you. I know you mentioned you
Well,
want.
I thought you were going to come so we could talk to some of the young guys, but I really actually want to do that.
Okay.
And
We'll get something set up.
yeah.
I got you.
Because
Oh,
a lot of the young men were interested. As such, maybe that they'd have an opportunity to be on the radio.
well, what's going on is we have some great guests in the building with us. They're doing some amazing work on the south side of Chicago in Engelwood. They're representing the Crushers Club. The Crushers Club believes that every individual deserves the right to a future filled with opportunity and free from violence. Their mission is to be the strongest alternative to gangs in Chicago by giving at-risk boys and young men the support they need to restore their lives and improve their neighborhoods. They're a safe haven from gun violence and crime, providing programming and jobs to keep youth out of gangs as they plan for a brighter future. We have the founder, Miss Sally Hazelgrove, and we have Andre Johnson, who is taking on and overseeing the day-to-day operations with Miss Sally to give her a little break sometime, but I know she's working very, very hard. Let's give a warm brunch welcome to Sally and Andre. Woo, 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 woo. How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Listen, let me start this out. Shout out to my good friend, brother Mark Orlovitz, who connected me with this organization. I had the opportunity to meet with Miss Sally virtually over the phone and talk about the amazing work that they're doing. And I said, we got to have you on to talk about it and let the city of Chicago know, the ones that don't know, the great work that you're doing, about the great work that you're doing. So thank you, Miss Sally, for having a vision. Talk about and just share your story. How did you come up with creating the Crushers Club?
In 2000, I just felt moved to go into Engelwood and volunteer. And so I started volunteering at the Evening Reporting Center, which was a court-mandated program for young men while their cases were pending. And all I could think about was, what if it was my son? Because at the time, my son was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just, to be honest, I was a little bit appalled at their situation and kind of the epidemic of the young men dying on the streets, going into prison. And so from there, I just started to get to know them, to be honest, fell in love with them, asked them their life stories. And then I even was running up in the Ickes projects before they tore those down. And I would go and ask them, hey, here's $10. Tell me your life story so I can connect the dots. So I decided to look at gangs as a program. And because they had so many youth and more youth than any other program. So in a nutshell, I decided to use the same tactics that they do to engage youth and to harness them, and but obviously without the guns and the drugs. And I kind of saw it was that network of youth operation, right? They're in control. Pardon me. And also, of course, it was some money.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we started with boxing and then we quickly became so much more. And I started to see that the best way for us to get them out of the streets and give them a chance for a brighter future was to compete on a wage basis with the streets. So fast forward to where we are now. We opened Crushers in 2013, and currently we have 63 young teenagers, 14 to 19 years old, employed. So we're youth governed. They do a lot of different activities. We've got Crushers Construction, which Andre spearheads, besides kind of overseeing the day-to-day operations and activities. And the boxing, of course, we have Crushers Kitchen, we have Crushers Clothing. And they actually became their own LLC recently, the young men. So called Engelwood Dream Clothing. They're actually going to be at the Black Blizzard Vendor Fair tomorrow from 10 to 3. And that's at the Morgan Park Church, I believe. And so we also started putting them in jobs in the community and in downtown Chicago while still on our payroll, so they could get that real world work experience to prepare them to go be employed off of our payroll when they're ready. And so what we've seen is the more money that they get in their pockets, that's how you kind of hook them. If we can get them to work those 42 hours every 2 weeks, that's $500 to $600 dollars after taxes. And they start to see that, you know, they don't have to risk their lives, and they need money. Everybody needs money. It's hard for all of us to make ends meet, and so much more in distressed areas like Englewood.
Well, I love that you said that, because sometimes we're like, well, why are these kids not coming? We have all these programs. It's like, well, because they need some money. You know, they need a job. They need an opportunity. And as much as they want to be involved in some other stuff, it's like, I still have to help family. I got to keep the lights on. I got to make sure we got food in the refrigerator. Or my little brother or sister has a, you know, I always say the stick-up man don't wake up in the morning and say, I just want to go rob people. He go to cut the lights on and they not on, or he go to the refrigerator and it's empty. And not saying that it's right, but they're pushed to do some of these things.
Absolutely. And also, as you know, there's not a lot of recreational outlets in these neighborhoods. And so that's why we kind of decided to build a village within the village almost. And so we do field trips, we do recreational, but mostly it's about ownership. I was so moved when one of the young men a couple of weeks ago said, you know, nothing's going to ever close down Crushers Club now. He said, we'd put our own money in it if we had to. And that just showed me. And I told him, I don't own anything here. I said, this is yours, you know. I'm like, and just like in the gang, you know, they have ownership. They have a meaning to their everyday purpose of life. So the employment for sure, but it's also that enrichment, the mentoring. I'd like to, you know, let Andre say something, because, you know, he's just, while I am a woman, I'm kind of a firm believer, to be honest, that boys need to learn to be men from men. And so I'm so grateful to have some really great, strong men. And Andre's just been a blessing. He's been with me for over a year, and he was in the military, and he has great leadership skills, and he goes above and beyond, and there's nothing he won't do. It doesn't matter what time of night it is. I can always call him. We assisted a family with a funeral, and she called me up and she said, could you be our driver? And so I called Andre. He's like, don't even ask, you know, and he's a real hero, you know, and a great mentor to these young men, as are the other young adult male mentors that we have there currently.
Well, I'm glad you talked about men, and I was so happy to hear that we had 2 men call in and win today, that we got some brothers listening. That's always a good thing. Brother Andre, kudos to you for the work that you're doing with Miss Sally and the Crushers Club. Now, Miss Sally mentioned the importance of combining employment opportunities with you guys' youth operated model. How do you feel offering jobs to teenagers contributes to the club's mission?
Well, as she said, it's one of those things where even you mentioned, when you go to the refrigerator, there's nothing in it. There's a problem. I mean, and when that happens, and then you have the lights, and it's like a snowball effect. And then you have a person, an individual, not even necessarily a teenager, but an adult. We're acting in we're being desperate at this point.
Yep, survival mode.
And desperate people do desperate things. So with that, Crushers Club is just a blessing to the community. I mean, it's unreal. I mean, we provide hope. We provide a paycheck. We provide love, support. I mean, we have guys at Black colleges that are doing well, and we support them 100%. We talk to them almost daily, make sure they're good. We have guys that we're talking to about the military, which is from my heart. That's where I retired from. But not only that, we have partners that want to work with us to the point where they're giving up, money to help to work with us. And so, with all that combined, it's a club that the city should embrace and just grow. And I just think that the community, I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, and that's good. So I want to talk. We talked about the program, and we got 63 young men, young boys, young men.
One girl.
One girl. Okay, all right. 62 brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
What are some of the success stories or impactful outcomes that Crusher Club has witnessed since its inception?
Sure. I'll just start with, as he said, we have a couple young men that we take referrals as well from juvenile probation and from the community. We're mostly youth referred, to be honest. We always have a waiting list. And so, but we had two young men that came to us originally referred on probation. And Crushers Club is a multi-year program. I always say you can't service them for just 6 weeks or 8 weeks because the streets are like, thank you so much, we'll take them back now.
Yep.
So you have to be willing to stick in there really until they're 18. So a lot of our young men have been with us. One of them just graduated high school today, and he was with us at 9 years old.
Wow.
So, but these other two, this one young man had been shot in a kind of horrific shooting, and was engaging also in the street activity. Long story short, he started turning things around. We're also tough on them. I'd say, I always say, well, we back it up with so much love, right? As we give them a smorgasbord, I always say a buffet of opportunity and choices. We've taken young men to New York, right? We know getting outside and seeing the rest of the world, that Chicago is not indicative of how other cities are actually. And so he and Amari, these two young men, they are both now at Pine Bluff.
Wow, Arkansas.
And they're in their second year. And it was a little bit of a climb. I mean, we ended up, we've been blessed by funders. Cook County is a great funder of ours, CEJA from the state of Illinois, but also a lot of individuals and foundations, and recently the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
And so we were really excited about that. And we were able to use some of that undesignated funding to help pay off the rest of their college. So
wow. That's amazing.
And go there. And go Bears. And we still actually have them in our payroll system. And what I'm doing is they have to write a book report for us. They're reading a book called No More Victim. And it was actually written by a gentleman from the South Side. And he talks about a victim mentality, which I think when we come from trauma, we all have, right?
Yeah.
We just kind of have to work our way through it.
Yeah.
I know I had it when I was young, and I didn't go through half of what they went through. So I would tell you that those are two young men that we are very much involved with, and kind of realized, well, while it wasn't our mission to be, involved in their lives as they're 19, 18, 19, 20, and in college, we felt like we had to be.
Yeah.
And so we're always willing to adapt. Another one is recently a young man who at first started off with pretty poor attendance, and also had a case. And once he got up his hours, though, he started seeing, and I made it a point, we make it a point to let them know what we're doing. We're competing on a wage basis with the streets. We want to get more money in your pocket and that you don't have to worry about looking over your shoulder or God forbid something happening to your safety in your life. And so after about 6 to 8 months, I think, he now has a second job. And he said that my dream was to get out of Chicago. And I feel like now, because of Crushers Club's opportunities that were provided, I can do that. But we always say, you know, we're just giving you the tools. You're the heroes because you take what we provide and you run with it. When you succeed, it is all yours. It is not us. We did not help make you succeed. We're just doing what we feel we're supposed to do.
Tap into your
But also, if you fail, that is also on you. And you had the choice. You know, accountability. I feel like that's really important.
Love that. Responsibility. That's good. Now, you know, I used to work in this space, I told you, and I used to ask the kid, where do you see yourself in 5, 10, 15 years? The most hurtful thing that I heard once was, I just pray I make it to my 18th birthday.
I know.
And that's the, you know, and I'm like, when I was a teenager, I never had the thought of just making it to 18. I'm like, I thought about living to see great grandkids, but that's the reality where our kids are. So kudos to you. Unfortunately, yeah, kudos to you guys for the work you're doing. Before we go, we got a couple of minutes left. Andre, I wanted you to just touch a little bit about the Crushers construction and how does that program work and how do you know the young men do that?
Okay. Well, thanks for asking. So we have a program where I train guys to train guys. And that could be anything from basic carpentry to even basic electrical, basic plumbing, you know, just to give them an idea. Oh, okay, I like this. Okay, I don't like this. Okay, I want to do this. And at that point, then we can set them up with trades as far as, you know, going to school and getting a trade rather than going to college or pursuing other careers. So this is just to basically introduce them to the different various trades and so forth. And, you know, when we find the guys that really like electrical or like plumbing or like carpentry, then we look at the best carpenters in the city and we try to hook them up with those guys.
I love that. I think one of the biggest mistakes made with public schools was taking trades out of the schools. So.
And driving.
Yeah, you know. So kudos to you guys. Everybody's on Facebook saying this is an awesome program. How can they connect with you?
Sure.
How can they support you?
Sure.
Let's get the call to action. We need support, right? How can they get?
Absolutely. So they can connect with us on our website. They can look at it. They can donate on the website. We also have Venmo, Crushers Club. They can connect on LinkedIn with us, Crushers Club, or Sally Hazelgrove. They can also connect with us on Facebook through Crushers Club. We love visitors. We're located at 1406 West 64th Street. We just ask that we're contacted ahead of time so that we can know to expect visitors when they come. But we are looking all the time to spread our mission, and we have a lot of interest in scaling. We actually have a place on 55th, a church in Paulina that wants the program in there. So we need the help, and you know, we just appreciate prayers for sure, and welcome anybody to inquire. You know?
What's that website?
www.crushersclub.org, and you can email us at info@crushersclub.org, and our phone number is 312-221-0289, and it's best to text because when we get busy and there's a lot of boys in the club, we don't always hear the phone.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And
I love that
text.
texting.
Forward to you visiting.
I am coming by the Crushers Club. I told Miss Sally I don't get south often, but this is a reason for me to come to the south side, you know. Yes. And we got to see how we can get Crushers Club on the west side and continue to work. You're doing phenomenal work. Believers, connect, support. Go to crushersclub.org. That's Crushers with an S, club.org. You can find out about all of their programming, their workforce development, mentoring and counseling, boxing, music, and more. What I do love is where they're paying the young people to be a part of this program. It's an incentive to help them to stay on the right track. We pray nothing but success and blessings over this organization. And I pray that God continues to open doors and pour out blessings that you don't have room enough to receive.
No, thank you so much.
In Jesus' name, amen. Listen, we pray. Believers, we are so excited that you decided to spend this hour with us for the brunch bunch. It is Friday. I got tongue twisted because I'm like, it's 60 degrees. I'm ready to get outside. but we're definitely praying for our city because we know when the weather gets warmer and warmer, the devil is busy, and our young people are at risk. So that's why we need places like the Crushers Club to keep them safe. Believers, you stay safe and be so ever vigilant. You know, walk by faith, but with a little sight too. You got to pay attention to your surroundings. All right. We are encouraging you like we do each and every day. Keep love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire. Tamara Fair, who's not on the air, I love you. Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love y'all. Actually, Baby Maddox is in the studio with us. I forgot to shout out Believers. Valencia and Maddox are here with me in the studio. So we are going to go enjoy this Chicago spring-like weather in the winter, and we encourage you to be safe. Oh, look. I start rambling. I shout about my family.
Hey, I have a couple other things coming up. So, one of them is, did you see the movie Bosco?
No, I have not.
You haven't seen Bosco on Peacock?
Nope.
It's a true story about Quante Adams and his escape from the federal pen, but also how he went back in.
I didn't know. You know what? I didn't even know it was out.
It's called Bosco. It's on Peacock.
See you, Facebook. See you, Facebook.